aesthetic, semi-political theater company. They would do her plays, and you know who was very involved in that was Bradley Eros. You know Bradley Eros? He's still around. He used to perform in Issue a lot. He does films, very erotic. But interesting. I mean, Bradley's still rocking it. You know, he's still out there doing his
He
thing.
didn't get domestic right.
No, Bradley's still
Rocking
That's
it.
how he was like back in 1981, 82. But so like, Faye had this theater company, and it was all her plays, and they were that kind of play, you know, where you think you have really something to say, and like the actors stand there and say it, and it's like you know, we won't stand for this kind of objectivity any longer. No, really? But I feel that we must really, you know, like it works for Brecht, but it doesn't work for anybody else. So it was like, you know, our theater company was dreadful. Nobody liked it. But the performance space was just an excuse to keep the theater company alive.
I see.
So she would have all these things that like, you cannot get into the space till the theater company rehearsal is over. And usually stuff, you know, was still when the downtown scene was pretty marginal. So, but one time, the things were starting to transition. And 82, we booked Locust Solo, a version that had, it was Zorn's thing, but it was Zorn, Arnold Lindsay, and David Moss. And it was the first time that the place was ever kind of like really like sold out. And David Moss was living in Vermont at the time, and he had like this truck full, and he had so much, I mean, I don't even know if you ever saw him when he was a percussionist. Because now he's really just a singer, right? Hey, when is he coming here? He hasn't been here already yet. Yeah. Really went on here?
Are you here? He's here on the 20th.
Oh, that's 2 weeks.
Or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because I'm here till the 14th.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you going to be in town?
Yeah, I'll come see him. Yeah, because he lives in Berlin. I don't get to see him.
He's actually in Vermont right now.
Oh, he is? Yeah, because I know he kept that place.
Yeah, he still has it.
He and Andy kept that place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There's a video of him, of like an old screenplay. I don't know if it's in there. I was watching it with Christian, where David is playing.
well, you also can see him in the Berlin mix.
In the Berlin
Yeah.
mix,
Yeah, but in any case, so he was coming from Vermont in a big truck, and he had like thousands of pieces of percussion. In those days, he had thousands of pieces of percussion equipment. It took about 4 hours, 3 hours to set up.
Wow.
But Faye was like, you cannot set this up until the theater rehearsal is over. So like they dragged the shit, and it's like she had 11 o'clock curfew because there was a landlord. So the place was absolutely packed. I'll never forget. You asked me why. I think I stick with the concept. You asked me why did it no longer exist? Right. So here's why. So at point 11, packed house. They hadn't started. It was supposed to start at 8, but of course it didn't because David shit. He told her the shit takes like 2 hours to set up. So you know, whenever you're done with your theater rehearsal, fine, cool, but it's going to take 2 hours to set up because it's enormous, millions of little objects, of course. So, you know, he told her, she decided it is most important that her little pageant prop bullshit theater that nobody cared about must go on. And he couldn't give up one night of like a couple of...
Pageant prop.
And it was just a rehearsal.
Yeah, it was completely ridiculous. Anyway, they didn't get started till like, what, 9:30 or something like that. At 11, she got on stage. She walked to the front of the stage. She said, I am pulling the plug in 30 seconds.
Wow.
And that was the beginning of the end. Yeah. So that's
Horrible.
and there you have it. Inroads. People forget, before the Knitting Factory, there was Inroads.
I remember upstairs in the Knitting Factory going to hear you with Krakauer.
Yeah,
Upstairs.
before the Knitting Factory, there was Inroads. Inroads
I
was the
never
actual
made it
first
to
club that
Inroads.
was like